welcome, it's Souza. I've been guided to do a video that's going to hopefully bring some clarity to you if you're contemplating or wondering about the twin flame journey. Am I a twin flame? Am I not a twin flame? Is my relationship with this other person a twin flame of mine? Is it my divine masculine or my divine feminine? And what is the difference between that and a karmic relationship or a soulmate relationship? So I hope I find clarity in this for you, and you can feel more comfortable with what your journey may be. For my situation, I am a twin flame. I am a divine feminine, and I found this out once I started dating someone. My journey begins with, well, first I want to tell you how I came into finding out that I was a twin. One day in my bathroom, I was getting ready to go to my boyfriend's home to visit him, and I was brushing my teeth and getting ready, and all of a sudden I had this presence come to me. It was Jesus. I call him Yeshua, or Lord Sananda is his current name, galactic name, the name he chooses, but he is fine with Jesus or Yeshua or, Lord or brethren. Anyway, he came to me and brought Divine Mother with him, which I was, if you can imagine the feeling of this presence, this beauty right before you, speaking to you, it's an amazing feeling, and I was all ears. And what he said to me is, Susan, I want you to know that you're of the 144. You are a twin flame. You are a divine feminine that is brought here to shine your light bright. And when you come into union with your divine masculine, you will both be of service and share your guidance and your experiences with others and shine your light. You will join us all, and we will ascend the world. And I wasn't aware of twin flames. I wasn't aware of what it meant. I wasn't aware of the 144, what that meant. I do recall it being said in the Bible. I thought it meant 144,000 people, but I believe it's a vibration that we hold. And he asked if I want to come forth with them, and I said yes, of course I do. And he hugged me, and she hugged me, and I felt their love through me, and then they left. And this is when I found out that I was a divine feminine. And my journey begins. Before this, I went through a hard time, a divorce. After 32 years of being married, 3 wonderful children, 2 stepchildren. And this is my karmic partner. This is the partner that taught me life lessons. This is the partner that showed me love but kept his distance. This is the partner that hurt me badly through betrayal, through lying, through cheating, through talking down to me. And this is what a karmic is. A karmic is a person to teach you lessons through life. And I have learned hard lessons, and I kept having faith, believing that I was raised that once you got married, You were together in union for life. And I tried everything to keep that relationship going. I forgave. I released. I loved. I forgave. I loved. I released. And it kept going, and it was repetitive. And when I got injured and my back was hurt and I relied on another to help me, I didn't have that. And that was a pretty big eye-opener for me. It was hard. And a person that you're married to, that you love, that you keep giving and giving and giving and doesn't reciprocate is a good sign that you are in a karmic relationship of learning, and that you need to love yourself and you need to respect yourself and realize that you deserve more. And this relationship went back and forth with me finding out that he was betraying me. And back in the 90s, I believe, or it might even been after that, 2000, early 2000s, when he cheated on me this one time, and I wouldn't take him back. And he begged me and begged me and begged me. And I thought it was a sign that, you know, this would be the last time, because he kept saying this would be the last time. I promised you I would never hurt you ever again. And I took him back. And it was good, and we were together. And we even moved to a new home to make it like a new start and everything. And, you know, the life that I thought I was living was a dream that I wanted to be coming true, and I thought it was. We used to go on motorcycle rides together when he got home from work, go out to dinner, go sit by the lake, hold hands, kiss. We used to have dinner dates at home, and I'd make a nice dinner, and he'd come home and we'd sit together, you know, and we'd watch a nice movie together, or we'd go and play cards or dice with our friends. You know, we went on trips together. I felt like it was just so beautiful, because it was hard for us to acclimate to not having our children at home. And I'm not sure what the B means. I forget what the B means. These are signs, you know, when you're in the moment, you realize that. I was actually just looking through signs, because I keep seeing different insects and stuff come around me. And I know it's the time for insects this time of year, but, you know, when you see them come more than once and they come real close to you. But anyway, it's probably just to keep me moving here in this thought process, instead of getting stuck in the journey so much. But I'm a real person, you know. I went through these things too. I have the experience of it. So, you know, you can take my experience as something that might help you move forward and not get stuck in that continuous rotating pattern, like a washing machine that just keeps spinning you around, and washing you and pushing you with ups and downs. And you can take this video, and hopefully it'll help you not get stuck in that pattern very long. But anyway, so yes, I took him back, and I actually helped him start a new business, and we started a newspaper together. And sorry, it's getting a little warm, the sun's coming on me. And you know, I put all I could into everything with him. And long story short, I found out that he started cheating on me again with one of the employees. And I just crashed. I crashed as hard as I could. And if you're on YouTube, you see that there's a lot of tower raiders. Well, this was the tower moment for me. This was it. this was the tower moment that taught me that you need to take care of yourself. We've taught you, showed you so many times through these lessons that this is not the way life's to be. And, you know, although it looks good and it might be surface beautiful, you don't know what the other person's thinking or what they're feeling. And, you know, now as I'm awakened, I look at it as this is definitely a karmic relationship. He's here to teach me a lesson, and he really played the part well. He played the part so well that I have to almost really come to my highest light to not be angered by the depths of betrayal that I went through. Sometimes you have to learn more than once, or you have to go through it more than once, I guess. And I did, and I crashed hard. And so after a couple years, my friends kept bugging me that, you know, it's time to go out and start dating. Once I started getting through the crying stages and the, oh, my life's over, all that, you know, because I lived for this person. I was with him since I was 17. And my whole family evolved around him. My whole life revolved around him. I gave up my friends to be with him, and of course we made new friends and coupled friends and stuff. But you know, that's how much I gave of myself to this. So as you can tell, when I crashed hard. So it took me a couple years, and I started to become awakened by our star family, by the elementals, and they brought me out of the depths. I mean, if there's a hell, the depths of pain, the depths of hell, the depths of fire, and brought me to this hopeful place. This, you know, there is life beyond this. You know, you can rise above this. Use this as an experience. Use this as a lesson. This is a growing tool. You'll help others with this. And that's what I'm doing. And so anyway, I was talked into putting my name on Our Time. It's a dating site. And of course, yeah, right away, that's exactly how I feel. A dating site? Yeah, no, not me. It's not for me. But, you know, you find people that are like you, that have the same interest. And there are, of course, people on there that you don't want to meet, that are liars, that just want to, you know, find that easy girl, that easy whatever relationship, and don't have the heart for it. And I started just really getting requests to speak to different guys, and it wasn't what I was looking for. And, you know, you have to go through these things to find out what's for you, you know? And this wasn't for me. So I was getting ready to leave, and there was a couple guys that I talked to that were older, that were nice. It was more of a friendship, you know, and I said goodbye to them. And there was one that always caught my eye. I remember the picture of him in his red shirt, sitting on his tractor, mowing his lawn, with his cowboy hat on, or it looked like that kind of a hat, you know, fishing hat. And I wanted to reach out to him to let him know that I was going to be going off the site. And as I did, it dawned on me that, oh, I think he gave me his phone number. Let me check. And I couldn't find it, so I texted him on there and said, oh, I can't find your phone number anymore. I misplaced it. Could you give it to me? And he said, oh, I never gave it to you. And the funny part of this is that when Yeshua came to me, he said that Jay was my twin. And I didn't tell you that. But, and Jay, I started seeing him then. We were chatting on the phone, texting, and he wanted to meet me. And you get all those first emotions of meeting someone, all the butterflies and everything, and the what ifs and all that. And so we were supposed to meet, and I remember this because it was supposed to be on a Friday, and I was out with my daughter on a Thursday with her two boys, my two grandsons, and we were all playing at the play place at McDonald's. They love playing there. And I got a text, and he said, "I've been waiting here for you. Are you coming or not?" And I could feel the force coming towards me, and I'm like, "What do you mean? We're supposed to go tomorrow night?" Because I planned on my daughter this night, and you said on, I think it was the 13th or something. And he says, "Oh, never mind then." And I'm like, "No, I mean, I can get ready and I can meet you, but I'm not gonna, be all fancy or anything. I just have my blue jeans and a sweater on." And I said, "And I'm only across town, so if you want me to meet you, I can." So of course, because that's me. I'm the giving person, the one that always reaches out and can be flexible. Doesn't bother me to be flexible. I've learned to keep myself first now, and know what is important. But so I went over and I met him there, and he was a lot taller than his picture and a lot different, but we had this instant connection, and I felt like I've seen him, I've known him. When he touched my hand, I felt a power come through me. And it was funny because we just pretty much stared at each other, and I felt like we were talking without words. And every time we looked at each other, we smiled. It was just an instant connection, and we talked, and that was our first date. And from there, we went on other dates, and we went to each other's houses and got to meet our animals and our where we lived. And it's just an instant knowing. I'm not sure exactly. And when we connect it physically, that's when we really were affirmed this connection, because a pillar of light came out of us, and the force is the best word to describe it, that just came out of us. And we both just looked at each other and said, "What was that?" I said, "Did you see that light?" And he's like, "Yes." And it was amazing. It was, I don't even know how to explain what it was. And I said, "I believe that's our pillar of light. We are definitely twin flames." And that's the first time I said it to him. It's the first time I brought any word to our union, we weren't even really, we might have been going out a month, dating a month, I should say, as boyfriend and girlfriend. And an experience like that, it awakens you to something far beyond what anything you have ever experienced in your life. Something, as I was saying, when I came onto YouTube and started watching Higher Self, Awakening You, different channels like that brought in spiritual meanings that I found. And then I started seeing angel card readers, and that was interesting to me. And then I started seeing tarot readers, and when I saw tarot readings and different things in the beginning, first thing was my brainwashed thinking. That's evil, that's demonic, that's working with things that you're not supposed to know, the future, things that, only God knows, only angels and, beyond, and the divine, and I don't know what made me click on it, but when I started listening to it, and I'm not sure who was the first one I ever listened to, but it was nothing like that. It was a message from our guides, from our spirits, from our spirit team, now that I know we have this, through these people that brought these messages. I started realizing we're supposed to meditate, and meditate was another thing that, I never even encountered. And through all these different things you learn about twin flames, you learn about the union. And the reason I think I was brought to do this video is because a lot of readers are for the twin flame journey, are twin flames themselves, and I think that's why they started to change their readings to twin flames, to get the messages out, to help guide us, to help keep us connected, to help us to stay grounded in believing and keeping faith, because that's the main thing when you're a twin, is to keep faith, because it's a hard journey. And a lot of people say they are twins or they want to be twins, and it's a hard journey. It's a journey of learning, a journey of helping others, going through all kinds of emotions, all kinds of lessons, and it's not one of the fainted mind or the shortened, I don't know how to explain or say the word I'm thinking, but it's totally different than what I thought. I thought this was some kind of a pure thing. Oh my gosh, I found him. We're together. We're going to share this light. We're going to be on this beautiful, magnificent journey. And then things started changing. And, we either went into our ego mind, or we heard others around us and we started listening to others, and it changed our relationship. And it changed us to the point where we were in fear of this wonderful union. We were seeing all the flaws in each other and all the flaws in our life, and it started to affect our relationship, and we broke up. And of course, because we are magnets to each other, it brought us back together. And then we broke up. And then it brought it back together. And then we broke up. And the last time we broke up, I went to him, and, and I often said when we hung out together, that I liked watching the tarot readers, and I would put on a reading or some kind of a channeling or something to enlighten him, because I loved it myself, and he didn't mind it. So as he would be cooking or teetering, doing something, I would listen to them. And I'm going to get out of the sun. This is being in the moment. Realizing when you need to move. And get a drink of water. That you... I forget what my thought left my mind. I would have them on, and I mentioned to him, about our divine union. One moment. Sorry about that. My cinnamon tea coffee, love it. That, that we were twins, and, that was an important relationship, and I don't think he really listened or was listening. So, we didn't have that connection I thought and wanted us to have. And it brought up those thoughts in my mind that, maybe this isn't the right time for us to be together, or I want more out of a relationship. And, and then when we were in our separation, I had other things that helped me grow and learn and experience things. And when you start watching the tarot readings and different things about the twin unions, you realize that there's a lot of trials, there's a lot of things you're going to go through. And I don't want it to get too dark here. And I realized that there's a vibration match that we both need to be in. And there's a lot of comments you'll see on different readings and people saying, well, this is ridiculous. He treats me like this or all this. And I get that. I've been there. I've been confronted because his children said something and, it was out of context from how I meant it or how my family was and how they were seeing my family. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry, Shai needed my help. She's not doing too good, and I try to make her comfortable as I can, so all I can do for her is help her and keep supporting her and getting her through this time. I just wish animals would have their trends that their flow easily instead of having to go through this. But anyway, so yeah, it's important for everyone to understand that the vibrations you send out keeps your union strong, keeps your divine masculine or divine feminine knowing that you're in this for them and that you're here for them. And you might not be together, or they might have treated you this way because your vibrations weren't equal. You weren't ready for union. You were brought together. Probably I'm definitely knowing this is for me and the rest of us, that to meet each other, to get a taste of each other, a feel, I should say, for each other, and to feel that magnetic connection that you both have. And when you're apart, you still feel that draw, that pull towards each other. And I've had my lows during this time with other relationships, karmics, and I've always been pulled towards my divine masculine, and the karmics are here to teach us lessons. A lot of the divine feminines have been going through, he's with that third party relationship, that karmic, and she's this, that, all that. But try to have kind words for everyone in our journey here on earth. We're all here